Hey guys, girls and NBs. Today we're going to be learning how to create this viral effect in Touchdesigner. It's super easy, and the full version of this project is available on my Patreon, but we'll be creating it completely for free today. It's worth me shouting out at the start Torrin Blankensmith and Dan Tapper, who are the creators of the Media Pipe plugin for Touchdesigner, which allows us to do all these cool hand tracking effects and all of that. And yeah, I was surprised to see that this effect is so viral on Instagram and TikTok of people using Torrin's plugin and like just overlaying different effects. But no one had really specifically shown how to do this. And for a beginner, I think this is a really great first project. So let's just dive straight into it. So the first thing you want to do is go and get Media Pipe for Touchdesigner. It's really easy to use. I'll leave a link to this in the description as well. And yeah, it's completely free, which is epic, and we love that. Dom Scott, oh my god, I can't remember who. Dan Tapper. Oh, Dan Tapper is, sorry, Dan Tapper is a different Touchdesigner creator, another really awesome person. But yeah, Dom Scott and Torrin are the original creators, and then I believe these two have also contributed to it. But if you just go ahead and click download the latest release, you will get a folder that looks a little bit like this. And then we can just go ahead and open up the release and then open up either of these files. And I've already done that off to the side, so let me go ahead and, oh, that's the wrong one. Where is this one? Let's go and resize that. All right. So when you open up the file, you're going to be a little bit overwhelmed at first maybe, but don't worry, we don't need most of what's going on here. All we really need is actually just this hand tracking box. And so to make things simple, let's just go ahead and drag this out of the way. You can delete the rest. We need this one obviously, but if you want to keep your network clean, but I recommend keeping this here in case you want to come back and play with like face detection or object detection later on. The next thing you might want to do is click on Media Pipe here, and then our parameters window off on the right, you can go ahead and disable everything except for detect hands, and that will just help if you have a bit of a slower computer to run things. And you can also configure your webcam and the resolution here. And in fact, I might just make this 1080p so that way it looks a little bit nicer. Epic. So the way this is going to work is essentially we want to extract the position of our fingers. So when I hold my hands up here, you can see them. So we want to extract the position of these two index and thumb fingers to begin, and then we're going to drag and overlay and then use these corners to control the overlay. So the very first thing we're going to do may be the hardest, unfortunately. But the first thing we need to do is get the our webcam. And this very last output here is our video output. Now, obviously, you can just have another webcam insert if you want, but this one will let us see the hand overlays, which are quite nice. So coming off of here, you can actually right-click this final purple line and go Insert Null. This is an operator that does nothing, but is great for our reference. And then if you press Tab and type in Select, and we can just put that here, you can then drag and drop the select onto here, and then this will be a reference to here. So now we can drag the select up to the top here, and we have our video in. So you can actually rename this if you want to. It's a video in. Cool. From this point forward, we essentially just want to create an overlay and extract the fingers positions. So if we hover over the output of our hand tracking, you'll see it'll tell us what each of these do. And the one we're really interested in right now is, I believe, normalized data. And you can see that we have quite a bit. Like we have a absolute lot. So rather than a null, I'm going to get a select. And again, the start of this tutorial is going to be the hardest part to understand. So if you don't really get this part, just follow it through and then come back to it after we've finished the video, and hopefully it'll make a bit more sense. But do copy what we do as we go along. So what we want to do is we want to extract all of the hand ones, so that's whichever hand you pull up first, information about the index finger and our thumb. And then we'll do another one for hand 2. So we can actually copy and paste the select. Actually, no, sorry, let's do this first one first. So under the select, we have our channel names, and you can see on this drop down, when we hover over this, we can select which ones we want. So rather than going through and selecting every single one like this, that's really slow. We're actually going to use the star operator, which means all. So if I type in H1 for hand 1, and then underscore, and then say the word thumb, and then press enter, it's not going to work because I didn't follow the right naming conventions. It's not an underscore, sorry, it is a colon. So you can see now H1 thumb, and it selects all of our thumbs. And if I pull my hands up, my H1 thumb, it gives us an X, Y, and Z for our thumb tip. So you can actually isolate this to thumb just tip if you want, because that's what we're interested in. And now we have the X, Y, Z of our thumb tip. So if I move this back and forth, we get the Z. Up and down, we get the X, Y. And that's actually all we're going to care about today is the X, Y. But we'll use the star for now to keep it more simple. And then we can copy this and then paste it and then change thumb tip to the word index. And then again, we can further isolate it to fingertip, but I'm just going to keep it simple and select these. Now, really simply to get this for our H2, you can just copy and paste this operator. You can do it all in the same one. There's no reason you have to separate these, but I'm just trying to keep it a little bit cleaner. And in fact, I'm going to rename this first one to H1. Oh, H1, sorry. And then the second one to H2. And then on the second one, I'm just going to change these 1s to a 2. And, oh, that's a 3. Sorry, I have like a new keyboard and I'm so not used to where the positions of everything is. There we go, awesome. And now we have our fingertips, both our hands, but I have a really bad webcam that's not recognizing. There we go. Yeah, and we move these around. It's going to follow our hands, which is epic. So the next thing we want to do is go ahead and get a rectangle. And this is going to act as our mask. And we can do this by right-clicking the output of the select, which will connect it to our rectangle pop. And then we type in the word rectangle, so rectangle top. And then boom, we have a square, not a rectangle. We've been lied to. Yeah, anyway, let's just size this one up from 0.5. Let's make both of these 1. Takes up the whole screen. And in fact, let's also just make the output just the resolution. We don't actually need the video feed coming into here. It's just so that way this resolution is matched to this. Again, there's no specific reason why. It's just a lot easier. And then if we grab the corner pin and connect this, and then we go to the pin tab, you can see here that if I start to drag this bottom left across or up, that it's going to move. And you can kind of probably see where this is going right now. And thankfully, MediaPipe and Touchdesigner has done really useful things right now, and it's normalized these values from 0 to 1. So rather than doing like the pixels, which you can do here if you want. So if I made this like 1080, it's going to go 1080 pixels across, but we'll keep this on fractions for now. So all we need to do is apply this to here. And this is going to be a little bit tricky if you're new. So follow closely. So the first thing we want to do is click the little pluses on these. This will make the values interactive, so we can sort of apply these wherever we want. And the bottom left is going to go to our hand 1 thumb, and then the top left is going to go to our hand 1 index finger, with the first value being the X and then the second being the Y. So make sure we have the corner selected so we can see the parameters here, and then hover over thumb X, drag that to bottom left and click reference, and do the same for thumb Y, drop reference, and then top left again for the index tip. So index finger tip X, that's what we want. Drag and drop reference, and then find the Y, that's Z, Y, drag and drop like so. And now if you hold up your first hand, you will see that it is mapping like this. Now actually I might have wanted to do this as H2, but we can simply swap that around later. And in fact, I don't think it will matter. I think it will just reverse the texture, which isn't a big issue. But yeah, you can literally now do the same for hand 2 with the bottom left and bottom right. So we can hover over the number 2, make sure we have this one selected, drop X into there and click reference, find Y, drop that reference, and then H2 finger, index finger tip X, and then index finger tip Y. And then boom, let's hold up both our hands, and you can see maybe it's not too obvious if I grab, so you don't need to copy this part, but if I grab these two, put them side by side, boom, oh, hello, my other hand, shitty webcam. You can see there, boom, we have a plane that is going to act as a mask, which is epic. And that's pretty much like the bulk of the tutorial. All we need to do now is combine this with our video. So we can go ahead and press tab and grab a composite like that, drag this one in, and then drag our video in like so. And then we want to set this one to multiply, which is on default, and then hold it up, boom, you have a little mask, which is fucking sick. And then you literally create any filter you want. So at this point, you can do literally anything. We're going to keep it really simple and easy, but there's no reason why you can't grab any sort of filter or third-party plugin and use that at this stage. What I'm going to do is go up to the top left and click the palette, and then go to image filters, and let's go ahead and use the pixelate. It's a really nice one. And then we'll do like maybe RGB delay. That'll be nice. Oh yeah. We'll do these two together. Whoops, wrong button. At this point, if you want to do a second bit of hands, copy and paste these like so, and then select your middle finger and index finger and apply that to here. I hope that makes sense. But for these pixelate, we can literally plug this one in, plug in the delay as well. Let's hold it up, see how it looks. It's alright, it's not like super pixelated. So I'm going to go ahead and make these a much bigger number, like 25. See how that looks. Yeah, that's really cool. And in fact, this RGB delay is probably a bit much. Like, we'll just keep it nice and simple. And then we just need to combine this with the original video. But one other thing I'm going to do is I find it's really nice to also get the edge of this corner, because then we can like sort of identify the outline. So if I press tab and grab an edge, let's drop that one there and then plug the corner into it. And then I'm also going to get a null from here and then plug it in like that. And just so it's obvious which three of these we want to combine, which is our video, our edge, and our pixelate. And we want to layer them over each other, sort of in this order as the order we want to layer them. We can do that with another composite. So we can grab that, we can select over, and then we can plug them in this order. And you can rearrange them here if you don't do it in the right order. And then, if you go here and click this little blue button, sorry, I'm super green, but hello, my hands are here. Bad webcam, please recognize my hands. There, whoa, no, yeah, there we go. And then boom, you have it. That is the entire tutorial. I told you it was super easy. Yeah, so from this point forward, just go ahead and create some cool little filters. You can change which fingers it's between just by changing which ones you select. You can have as many as like, a bunch of different combination between all your little fingers. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole video. It's like, this is like such a simple little network, but it's a really cool effect. And thank you again to Torin for open sourcing this plugin, and everyone else that worked on it, and everyone that's created viral content. I've seen a lot of cool like filters, like invisibility filters and stuff like that online. But yeah, under 20 minutes. Let's go. I will see you guys in the next tutorial. Peace.